Yesterday, June 29th, 2020, the governor of Puerto Rico declared a state of emergency for a drought in Puerto Rico. Well, apparently she must have not been talking about my side of Puerto Rico, which is the west coast of Puerto Rico, around the area of San Germán, Ormagueros, Mayagüez, Rio Hondo. It's really getting plenty of rain. I guess that's where we have the high concentration of the Sierra sand coming into Puerto Rico. But I'm going to show you how it is. I have this bucket sitting out for 2 days, this barrel. And as you can see, it's about 7 inches from the top, almost full. Let me see if I can put some light on this. Well, right now I can't, and the water is actually wet, so I'm not going to be hanging out here. But that's how it goes. And let me see how my oregano is coming along. Very nice. Outstanding. I took the pineapple the other day and I ate it with some guava, a papaya, watermelon, and what was that? Oh, plátano, a breadfruit. They call it breadfruit. I don't know what they call it in Spanish, but I made some totones with that. You know. And I'm just trying to see. I guess my main idea was when we concocted the idea with some of my friends that lived in New York City. They would tell me about how hard things were here in Puerto Rico. Now that was over 20 years ago. And I decided, I said, okay, fine. I remember at one point there was a drought and they were rationing water in San Juan and giving out fines for washing the cars. Well, then before I came here, I think in 1994 or 1984, I'm not too sure what year it was, on this side of the island, they did have a drought. But I've noticed that when the drought occurs on the other side of the island, which is the metropolitan side of the island, everybody drives over to this side to get our water. Well, I made a bet with some of my friends, and it was not a gentleman wager. It was just a bet that said, hey, you will not survive the droughts in Puerto Rico. I said, I bet you I will survive for rainwater and don't use tap water. So you forget, I'm a veteran, a former Boy Scout, and I went through my civil defense training during the Cold War, and I lived in Africa for a while. This is a walk in the park for me, a piece of cake. And it is like the wolves to Dracula when they howl. And how he says, children of the night, how beautiful they sound. Well, the rain is my children of the night. And how beautiful it sounds. And how tantalizing. So exquisite. And believe it or not, the water is actually wet. But with this particular camera, cell phone, I cannot get it wet because the screen will freeze. I had a GoPro, which I got rid of because I was not that technologically savvy. And so what I did was, one of the young men in the neighborhood He was kind of rambunctious. And I said, Pedro, you have 2 minutes to run to your house and get me $1.10. And everything that belongs to my GoPro, all the accessories and the GoPro, I will sell it to you. Would you believe that lad? That lad actually made it to his house, which was about maybe 300 yards away. No, more than that. More than that. It was about maybe a little less than a quarter of a mile. And he did it barefoot. So he got a GoPro with all the accessories. But it's the older model GoPro, the Hero 6. Now, it's nice to make these wagers because you see where people are. And you sort of give them some kind of enlightenment and insight and motivation. And right now I motivate people to start harvesting rainwater. So with that being said, over here in what we call Oeste Puerto Rico, Western Puerto Rico, I failed to see any evidence of a drought. That's not saying that, hey, Mother Nature can throw us a whammy, but more than likely with all this sand from the Sahara, once it dissipates, we probably will get hit with a hurricane. We have been getting still those earthquakes, 3.2 point, a couple of 4-point magnitude earthquakes. But it's ongoing and continuous. It's like if God is committing a RICO crime against us, you know, a pattern that is ongoing and continuous of earthquakes. Some find it nerve-wracking, but hey, I guess I'll go back up in the mountains later on, sit on the farm and relax. Who knows? I might even decide in my moccasino on the farm to roast a pig with some of the missionaries. Until then, stay safe.